I'm asking that you code along because instead of doing a lab task, I want to see what you're doing today. So it's going to be easier in general. It's not going to be a lot of things to do. We're just going to do some visualizations. And Mehdi's here to help you. Feel free to ask questions along the way, and we can pause and work with you. Okay? I have shared the data set with you, right? Let me organize my chat and everything, and then I'll respond to questions. Okay, so I asked assignment 1 got me rushing, and was it hard? The most challenging part of the assignment task 2, it's bothered me because even when I think I could probably advance to further task, oops, we as a class have found a new mistake in the data set. And then when I consider my results for the future task, mostly on how I've cleaned my data for the task 2, it makes me go slower and reportedly. You don't, so thanks for being so thorough with this, but you don't have to. The reason that's a bonus, like if you do reasonable cleaning and the things work, it's fine, right? Like the categories, you got to clean them when you do answer some of the stuff, but you don't have to make everything perfect. Like those 15 are extra for a reason. Does that make sense? Or is it, are these breaking problems that you found? Like code breaking problems? They destroy your findings? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's good. As long as you do just a lot of cleaning, it's fine. But the third assignment on collective finding and stuff, I deliberately put 15 different types of things. So I just want to make it like a detective work. So you should all work together, but that shouldn't be the bottleneck for the rest of the things. Okay? Hope that solves one issue. And I was cheating. Sometimes you got to be old school and look at documentations. Any other questions? Do you all have the data set? Because we're going to start. There's no GitHub link yet. I want you to code along. So for now, I gave you just a file. So far, you've had enough pandas training. I want you to code along, do a little bit of coding. So no GitHub, I'll give you the GitHub with all the code that we're doing today and a cleaned up code later. In Discord, Mehdi, can you also put it on Canvas so everyone can see it?
Yeah, sure. I will post it as an announcement.
Yeah, good. Just in case. But everyone should have it as on Discord. Apologies for posting it on Discord. You're going to do the generative AI thing? Cool. I love you can do collab. No problem. For today, please, don't use the generative AI. It's fine. We're going to do some coding. I'm here. We're going to help each other. Later, you can ask questions. Oh, and by the way, before we start, I want to do another announcement and get the temperature of the room before moving forward. So for your midterm, because people have been asking, I am contemplating doing a take-home exam. Last year we did it. It was fun. It was good. A lot of people did good. So it's less pressure on you guys. However, I want you all to promise not to do AI, essentially. I'm going to give you enough time. I'm not going to make it too hard, just because there's going to be some coding. Just don't copy and paste it in AI when we give you the exam. That's all. You can even ask questions. You can use AI to rubber. No, you can do that. But don't use AI to answer your questions. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's all I'm asking. You can use it to figure out bugs for sure. No problem. If there are parts that you've used AI to find the question in your midterm, for coding, just tell me, here's the chat, or this is what I asked. For questions that I'm asking you, please, it's going to be open slide, open book. You can look at stuff. It's from the books. Don't. It's like the only time you're paying the school to do this, right? And I'm easy on grades. Anyone who has been in my class knows I'm not like a grade stickler or anything. So here's the PSA. PSA, is that correct? Anyway, So midterm will be probably, I'm inclined to do it as probably a week-long take-home, essentially an assignment. However, all the other plagiarism stuff, that one, you don't collaborate, you don't give each other answers, everyone individually, right? The 1 week, I don't know. I haven't decided. Mehdi and I are contemplating on it. Okay. Hopefully that makes everyone's lives easier. If anyone wants to travel or something, that one day there's going to be class, the time that we're going to have a normal class, but you'll have enough time for your exam. It's going to be like a week long, I don't know, 5 days, 3 days, something, depending on the assignment. Good question. We use it for lab attendance, but we use the quizzes when we do them for lab attendance. Those are part of the assignments. Is that correct, Mehdi?
Pardon?
So can you answer the question? Because I said, Atif is asking, do the lab tests fall under assignments or lab attendance? I think
they're under assignments.
Under assignments.
Yeah, they're
lab
under
attendance is the quizzes. So quizzes fall for both. All right. Cool. We're going to start. Okay. So you all should read the data set and then just do a df that. So now there's no autocomplete here, huh? Dang. Wow. What is? Oh, this is markdown. Let me do this code. Assignment 1 is not due tonight anymore. Mehdi, please also send an announcement for that. We're wrong to assume that people read Discord.
Okay, sure.
Announcement should be the gospel. Okay, let's start. We're already some 20 minutes behind. Okay, so we have this music streams, .csv. I've put it in a folder called data, and you can use read CSV to read it. You can call df.head to see what you got. You can see the list of columns by calling this. It gives you just a list of columns, actually, so that you might want to copy and paste. We're putting it on Canvas right now. You can download it. Okay. So just to get a test of a histogram, so we're going to start with a histogram. So I'm just going to create a markdown, change it as a markdown and say histogram. Okay, just to get a test. We're gonna try to do good, clean, nice visualization. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to see how it looks like. Hist plot is the Seaborn, which is a library for visualizing data in Python. It's a method for Seaborn where you can create histograms. Okay, so you can say data equals df x streams millions, and then you can give it a bin, number of bins. Let's do 20. Okay, so what this tells us is that we have a data set that has some outliers. So before we even start, let's do something that you've already learned. Let's just do a describe on the data set to see what our different columns look like. So we are looking at streams millions. We have 1,200 rows in total. And the maximum for streams is 523 million. Okay, but it looks like vast majority is less than 200 or 100. So I can slice or I can select from this data set. You know how to do that, right? df streams millions less than 200. Okay? Is that better? Also, for everyone, again, asking about whether this is to be submitted tonight, you will, I just want to see what your code along. The quality is just as long as you do something, you will be fine. Yes, the tracks are probably fire. Okay, so we have a histogram here that shows data. What can we do with this? So you all can do, but I want to show you also some tricks. So we don't want to just visualize data. We just want to also do some sort of nice data. First of all, with Seaborn, it allows you to set some palettes. So you get your colors a bit more interesting. I like the muted one. So let's run this again. It'll change a little bit. It just makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay. If you want to set the size of a data set or of a Seaborn visualization, Seaborn essentially creates matplotlib visualizations, which is the Python visualization library. So you can create, this is something that you can repeat in almost every visualization, is to set the fixed size, and essentially you can make a 9x4, for example. I believe this is in inches or something. Okay? When you create a fig and ax, the thing that you want to do, you want to put this inside of this x. The way you do that is you say x equals x. And this makes your visualization larger. Okay? So this is something that you can do. What else can you do? I think you can set the color here as well. You can change the color of what you want to show. So far, we've made a histogram. We've set the bins, set the color. Let's show the mean and median on this chart. You can get DF, streams, millions, that mean or median. Pandas allows you to get a median of a row, not DF. Okay, and then you can do a mean equals DF, streams, millions, mean. Okay, now you can draw on top of this chart, because this is essentially just a matplotlib chart, which does things interestingly. The things we can keep adding to this chart. Okay, so with ax, we can create a vertical line, V line, and then you can pass the median to it. And then you can say label equals median. Okay, so you can draw it. So now this is where the median is. You can set the color of this. You can make it red, dark orange, and then like you can say line style equals. These are all things that you can look into in terms of from the documentations, basically. You can do the same exact thing. I just copy and paste. You can set the mean. You can make it dark red. Does that color exist? You can make this not dashed. You can make the label mean. I believe then you can just do ax.legend. Man, this does not even complete the parentheses. If you don't want the frame, you can do frame on equals false. And it'll put it on top of the chart. And then just to make sure that things are good, you can just do plt.show. Just make sure that everything that you've done is created. Okay. I'm just going to make a title here. Do the monthly streams a histogram. Okay. We can also change the titles here to make them more readable. You can also do x.set title monthly. Just listen to what I do and try to code along and ask questions. I'm just gonna yes, code along. And right now I'm giving you a task, a little task to do right now. I'm trying something new. So you have the data set, okay? Just make a histogram like this, and you can make a function, and a bonus point for anyone that makes a function. Just make a new histogram for a new column. Okay? So just create a new thing here and run this right now in the next 5 minutes, and just make a new histogram. That's all you need to do. The code is here. I'm going to zoom in. Mehdi and I are here to answer questions, and we should be able to do some interesting things. Any questions? Yeah, I think you can make interactive charts with Altair. We're going to do that, Tim, at the end of this class, so we'll just wait along. Yes, Altair is basically Vega Lite. Yes, that's what I meant. Just you can, here, actually, I'm just going to do that for you right now. To create a Python function, you can say create histogram, right? And you can, I think, just pass the column name and then something else like filter. You can say filter data and then default false, okay? Or yeah. And then you just do this, okay? And here you can say emptf equals, now I'm thinking in terms of JavaScript, so I'm just gonna say emptf equals df, I don't know, I'm just coding along. Then if filter data, so default will be none, and then filter data temp df equals df column name. I don't know. It's this filter data, basically the reason it should be here because here we filtered our data, right? So the function should essentially get you to something that you want to do with, this should be column name. So you can create like a function for yourself to repeat, essentially. Sometimes you want to replicate, you're going to create a function that just makes a bunch of visualizations for you. Once I made a lot of money doing that because at a different previous job, I was at IDEO and I had this client that asked for like a ton of visualizations. I was like, man, I'm not about to like make every single one of these. So I made like these huge functions with all these different parameters and I just ran it and it just basically produced all the visualizations I needed. It was like maybe 200 for this huge slide deck and just gave it to them in 3 weeks. Exactly. So this is the general idea of how you can make something into a function, but I'm just going to remove. So don't make it a function. Just repeat the code for now. I don't know. This will be in the videos. Any other questions? The start, there's nothing here. It's just loading the data and setting the Seaborn color palette and just looking at the data set and the columns and describe. You generally want to do this every time. So you all should be done with the new, can you on Discord share? Oh yeah, just send them here. Perfect. Send them on disk. Can I bring it here? I want to show it because I'm recording. I want to show it on YouTube. If one person is watching this, let me create a thread on Discord. Histogram. So if anyone can, I create a thread post here. Please post them there. I can then show them onto the YouTube thing. But data, that looks really cool. Nice job. So that column looks like a normal distribution. If you can send, are you on Discord? Cool. I should be able to show. Yeah. So we've got monthly streams by song count. Is it the same column? Can you do another column? Okay, what else do we do? So we got monthly listeners and song count, similar to monthly streams, right? That makes a lot of sense. Cool. We've got this danceability of songs. So most, like, it's a normal distribution. So you have like most songs are around 0.4. Genre. So you made a bar chart. This is a count of every. It's technically not a histogram, right? Because it's a categorical count of each genre, but good stuff. But this is another type of thing which we are going to create. Okay, let's see. Another bar chart. Good stuff. Someone create a count plot. Good. Count plot, it's a good plot to use. However, it's not a histogram, right? So you did great, but try to create a histogram. Let's look at the last one. Loudness. Cool. Yes, let me show you how to do the median value in the legend. That's a good thing to add. Here, when we do label, we can do something called an F string. I just forget. What's it, a $? Chat. Does it look like this? Only curly brackets. Okay. And then here you can just pass a variable, right? So F string of the way you can do Python, you can do template things and create interactive things like this. Yeah, and then you can also do, yeah, that's interesting. You can do a median like this. That's the formatting. Perfect. This gets you to only 2 floating points. Beautiful. So we just learned something. Thank you for whoever did that, because I forgot to show that. But yeah, you really take advantage of string formatting with the F precursor to create custom strings. Beautiful. Everyone's posted their images. Let's look at the last one. Median, mean, energy. Oh, we have something interesting. We have a histogram with tempo distribution that's bimodal. Yes, this is, just to not mislead people, this is the synthetic data set, okay? Look at the names. The artists are just random names. Yeah. You thought you're really old, huh? Okay, cool. Everyone, I'm going to move to the second thing that we want to do. Let's do it. What time is it? 7:20. We got time. Here, we're just going to make this. I like this format better. So from now on, I think we're just going to do this. We're just going to do literal submissions, lab tasks. I just want y'all to interact, and the chat will be more interesting, and I won't get bored. So, but everyone should keep coding along. And again, it's going to be easy. Okay, so let's do box plots. Just like last one, we can basically just go sns.boxplot data equals df, and then you can just do, I don't know, x equals, let's just do energy. Okay, so we have a box plot of energy. And what else can we do? Do you think energy would be different for different genres? Probably. So how can we create this so that it's based on different, it shows you a box plot of different genres very easily. You can just pass genre as the other axis. The people who did D3 with me are mad that, hey, I would rather make Orvega-like to make one-liner chart like this, but hey, you can make cooler charts like that. Okay? But you can find the order. So let's say we want to order it, okay? Let's see Seaborn, bar plot, and then I want to see order. Okay, list of strings. So you want to pass, if you want to order it differently, you can pass a list of strings. Okay, I can create, so how do you count? I think like this. And then you want to order by this line, right? Because this is the median. So you can order them based on this. So you can get the median actually. So let's look at it. It's not still the order, but this gives you the median genre, like energy of each genre. And then you can sort values. And then you can do ascending. So this makes it ascending. And then you can get the index. So this gives you a list of strings, which is the index. So this is now ordered. So now you can pass this to order equals order. Okay? Now, if you want to make this chart, again, I just want to show you that fig x equals plt dot subplots. Again, just always 10, 4 or something. And then you say x equals x. I believe you can like, so what else can we change? I did the sort values. So you call the median and then you sort it. There's no quiz today. Well, yeah, tomorrow there might be a quiz, but not today. And there's no quiz tomorrow either. No quiz this week. Today is quiz holiday. But please, let's stop, like, it's distracting. Let's keep all your quiz unrelated questions for after the class. Oh, it'll update it. If you pass, or if you don't pass, it'll still update the size. It might be smart. Yeah, because it'll infer from that. The reason you should still do it is because you can create multifaceted visualizations. And with those multifaceted visualizations, you can specify which chart you're going to put the output to. So then you can make visualizations. What does index do here? Let's look at it. Without index, you'll get a numpy array with an index or something, right? You just need a list of string. You don't need the number. You just want a sorted list of categories so that you could pass it to this so you can get your sorted chart based on genre. All right. So quickly, make another box plot. Got a couple of minutes. Make another box plot with another data set. With another column. You can even try, let's see how many different labels we got. Another pandas trick. What's up? Oh, it's label. And then you can pass unique. So it just gets you the unique ones. Then you can get the length of it. So you have 13 unique labels. You can, if you have a different category, you can, instead of genre, you can create a box plot of other things by different labels. I'll be right back. Yeah, send a couple of charts if they're interesting. In the same, if you do cool stuff. Well, someone did. A lot of people did bar charts instead of histograms. It's here. Okay, we got box plots coming. Nice. Outliers squash something. What is the one that has outliers? Monthly listeners. It's not going to be as interpretable. Or let me show you. Let me show this to everyone. So this is the problem we have. Since the data looks like this, do anyone know, can anyone remember what we could do with the data if it was like this sort of skewed? It's not that we have to, but it's something that you could do, especially for maybe training and other stuff. Anyone? You could remove outliers. Okay, what else? Yes, Tim. Log scale could work out, right? So you could create, and let's try to do it, no? What column was that? What was that, Atif, who said it? Monthly listens. So let's try to make the monthly listens box plot. So I'm just gonna do copy and paste this, and I'm just gonna also get this, and then monthly listens. Is that? Thank you. I just want to also sort it, right? Okay. And then fixed size 10.4 by median. Then this will also be monthly listens, I believe. Yeah, so this will squish it. Okay. So what should we do? We can here say df monthly listeners log. So I need to import numpy as np, and then go np log. I believe that's all we need to do. df. Now we have squish down column, so we can just change this to monthly listeners, get a box plot that's a bit normalized. Now, does this look right? I am showing the code, and you can like pass different logs. You can do log 10. Okay, that's also cool. So let's do it. Let's try what Tim suggested. That's perfect. So we're gonna try it right here. Actually, yeah, try it. Try it. Let's see, like this. And then we have X. You can set the Y scale. It does the same thing. But you have to change the titles. Thank you, Tim. All right, people have done their box plots. Perfect. We're gonna do a scatter plot now. Okay. So we're gonna do energy and danceability. So let's just do Seaborn scatter plot. Again, these are all very simple. Data equals df. X equals energy. Y equals dance. See. What does anyone know what's happening? Wow. Crazy stuff. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Sometimes you have too many data points. You can figure out a way to do something with it. Like in case you want to sample from your data, you can do, I believe, data frame, sample, and then you can just take like half of it randomly. And then you can instead pass the sample. It's just a random sample of the data. We don't need to do that. That was just to show how it's done. You can do, later we're gonna learn about regression, but regplot, data, df, if you pass the same thing, it'll add a line for you. So now let's make this chart a bit more interesting. Big X equals ELT subplots, big size. You can make the points, you can do like color, dark, gray, Y, gray. So we're gonna go to Seaborn. See why my color didn't work. Oh, it does? I got it. Yeah, I gotta do the scatter equals false. Very good. Perfect. Thank you. You guys are amazing. What else can we do? So what if you want to show, you can also, before we get to that, you can also set alpha. You can make it a bit more number. So you can make the colors, the dots a bit more transparent. Here you can set the color. This, okay? It does not help analyze the data. It just, sometimes if you have too many overlapping points, you might want to see how they overlap, but to what extent. So you can set transparency so that you can see where there's more overlap or something. But it's not always about analysis. You sometimes try to make it look good as well. Okay. So if you want to color code these by, this basically applies to all Seaborn, you can do this. You can color code by genre. And like, you can choose a better palette, like Tableau. But, okay, can we read this? Is this a usable chart? Thank you. So what can we do? That's one option. Add interactivity. What else? Thank you. That's right. Exactly. Small multiples is the way to go. So I'm going to show you how you could do that. Yes, a title is good, but let's do something more interesting. So the way you do in Seaborn, there's a way to create facet grids. And the way that works is facet grid, and you pass the data to it, and you tell it that you want it to be based on genre. You can give it rows as well, and then you can say, okay, every 4 wrap the facets. Okay, and then you go gmap, you pass the scatter plot to it, and you say what columns you want. So you say these are the inputs to the other column, and then this will create. Yeah, you can. You should use facets in many. There's probably less Latin genres in general. It's not as prevalent. Okay. Why don't you make another scatter plot, and with 2 different things? You can use genres, and let's see what other things you find and post them. Okay. How is it looking for scatter plots? Okay. Genre and monthly listens. So we see no correlations. Yes. Wow. You created a scatter plot. However, you should also put reasonable columns in, not just randomly. Okay. So let me show this here. You generally do scatter plots with not the artist name, right? Because this is like a categorical column. You want to create you want to run 2 different numerical columns against each other. Very good. Thank you, everyone. Tempo, increase energy. But genre does. Beautiful. I'm loving all the different charts. And you can see all the different. Oh, Medial, no, I don't think you can. I can quickly, if you want to do something more custom than that, because what this is doing under the hood is creating something like, let me try to do this for you. Yeah, you can do them with the log column, but let me just conceptually quickly try to do something here. Okay, let's recreate this without using the facet grids helper. You know what? I want to show you something else. It uses that and you'll learn because we don't have enough time. But you'll see how I'm going to do that. So what do we have in our data set, right? We have a year, right? So let's see if we can create some temporal visualizations. Okay. Let's just look at the data for a moment to see how it looks like. Okay, I don't know what's up with this. So the year is DF year unique. Tim is the GOAT. Okay. So we want to create a line chart. So what can we do? Let's just do a total count first. Trend equals, I don't know, let's just do it for pop, no? DF pop trend. DF genre equals pop. Let me just see whether I filtered correctly. No, what is, oh, it's P, uppercase P. Okay. So we've got this, and then we can group by year, and then we can get streams, millions, and then we can get median. So for pop, we now got the values that we need. So again, we can create fig x equals PLT subplots, figsize, I don't know, 12 by 5. And this is basically very simple. This, you don't even need Seaborn. You can just do x.plot, pop brand.year, I believe. And then, that index, I think. Is that correct? Thank God. I was able to plot something here. Okay. This is pretty easy, right? I shouldn't wait. I'm gonna show you how to create sort of multiple visualizations here. So how can we get, let's assume that we want to create a visualization for genres of pop, hip, hop, rock, and electronic. Any other genre you guys want to include? You can add 2 more. How many genres do we have in total? Let's do indie and R&B as well. I don't know. Unless you R&B, R and B. I shouldn't do this. I should do DF genres or DF genre unique every time. And then I should copy and paste. I'm being not a good programmer. Why is this giving me an error? Okay. So let's do another 6. So that you can see how we can filter down. You don't have to do everything, okay? And then there is, remember how to filter? Mehdi has shown you. So you can do DF genre dot is in genres. Okay. This is to get you to a trends data. And then because you have 4 different genres, you can group by multiple things. You can group by year and genre. And then you can get streams, millions. And then you can get the median. So let's see. Let's see what trend looks like. So for each year, we have the different genres. and then the median value. To make it easier to work with, you could also do reset index. That's what I like to do. So you get actual columns that you can use. So it's not grouped anymore. So now we have a nice data set for each year, for each genre that we can use. Okay, so now you want to do 2 by 3. So this is how you do it. You can say, instead of X, you can do axes because we're going to loop over it. I'm just going to get rid of this. Okay. And we don't care about the order, so we can loop over them because axis gives you like an array, a nested array. Okay. So you either create a nested loop, or you can just go axis equals axis dot flatten and let loop over them if the order doesn't match. So you're getting something like this. Okay. Now we can do for X genre, zip is a function that you really want to use. And I'll show you. Let's first see what zip does. Zip axis genres. I in. Sorry, don't worry about the list comprehension thing that I created, but zip gives you a list of tuples of the things that you pass to it, and you can iterate over both of them. It's a very handy way of doing loops in Python. So now we know what, so we can do trend and then filters, right? You can say trend.genre equals genre because we have the, and I want to just test, and then I just want to break for now so I can see that. Oh, let me just get rid of this previous print as well. Okay, so see, I've just filtered to the first one. So now, what can I do? I can just do x.plot sub d dot year sub d dot streams millions, not dub d sub d. Obviously, you should do the title yourself. You can even set to see what the problem is, because the axes are the same. Okay, so here you can do something nice. You can do share x equal true. They're just going to use the x below. Okay, so let's do some advanced. Let's practice what we preach. I want to see whether we can annotate maybe the top point in each line. How do we find, let's say, I want to come here, pop trend, and I want to find, you can do share x. Shred is asking, how did you get rid of the years along the x-axis to prevent from overlapping with the title plot? You can get share x, so they all use the x-axis on the bottom row. You can even do share y. Actually, it's better to do share y as well, because then you see the differences in between the different charts. Like for the plot, you can do markers as well, if you fancy that. I think you can make the marker smaller, a bit larger. This is everything. Yeah, this is, you shouldn't worry about that one. How do you find, I'm trying to remember how to find the index of pandas row with the max value. There you go. Let's not be reliant on AI. ID max. IDX max. Perfect. So y'all see what I want to do? What I want to do is to find the value, the year where there is a maximum value in y. So I want to find the x where the y is maximum. So here I can do sub d, let's say peak equals sub d dot lock, and then you can do sub d streams millions idx max. I think that'll get us the peak, and then I can break. Yeah, so it gets us the year and maximum. So it just gives us one row. So I have the peak now, so I can do something fun with it. Fun for programming days. This is not real fun. Okay, so we can do max.annotate, and then here, what you want to annotate, you can say f peak dot streams millions, and then you want to set the location. So the xy, it's in the same coordinates of the chart, which makes it easy, because the x would be the year, right? And the y would be streams millions. Let's just see how it looks like. It doesn't look like anything. Where did I do? Oh, stream millions. So we're getting somewhere. Remember how we fixed that? Is that inside 2F? Perfect. Even 1F is enough, right? Then you can move the annotation. This is like, oh, just to say it's millions, like this, with a space. So we can also move the text along the where we've located. So this is not locally. You move it a little bit of pixel above. So you just move it top above, so it's not overlaying the line. The hell? So we forget how to do things. So why? XY, I think. What is text chords? Oh. Okay. I think, why does it not show anything though? So we set the XY, and then XY text equals, let's say 0 and 15. And then you want to say text coordinates equals, you want it to say offset from the, from the point that you want to. So like this is a bit too much. Just do 10. And you can like, I believe there's like ways to make it. I remember there used to be a, let's just set, that's thank you. That's also a good, put it on center. What else can we do? Let's reduce the font size a little bit. Does it do an arrow automatically? I remember it used to do it. Oh, you need to give an arrow prop. Okay. I guess let's just copy and paste this for now. Let's just say, just test it by moving 30. I just want to see if it draws an arrow. Yeah. Okay. It's too thick. It's automatic, so if you just do -20, you can do this. Or if you do 20. So now, whoever has taken my class knows how you do direct annotations on the line for multiple line charts. I was gonna show you Altair, but we don't have time. Hope this was useful. Just submit whatever you've done. Make another. Yes, we have 5 minutes left. So for the last one, the only thing for the last two, because I didn't ask you to do anything, here's all you need to do. Add another line chart for another trend or something. Visualize it. Make it prettier. Try to do some style changes. I'll leave the code on, and I'll send you examples of this code tomorrow. Okay? Yeah, you have the line chart for the last two, for the scatter line and the line chart. Make them prettier. Submit it, I don't know, tomorrow night if you're done. Do you need until tomorrow night? Does anyone need it like extra time? Because I think you should be done by now. Okay, let's just submit by tomorrow. Mehdi, can you create an assignment for them for the lab task, but make it due tomorrow night?
Yeah,
wants to submit?
I've already created the assignment, but I was just waiting for us to decide for the deadline. So it's gonna be tomorrow night, okay?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, okay.
I'm adding one. I'm being a bit greedy with you guys, but with the data set, please just go to Altair, because I didn't have time, and I'll send you an example too, and pick a visualization and get an example code and adapt it. Anything works. Make a bar chart. Any visualization works. Okay? And I'll send you more examples. Maybe can you add the link to Altair for them? Altair is exactly VegaLite.
Canvas?
What's that?
On Canvas, add it to
the
the
assignments.
Canvas.
Yeah. This say here's the VegaLite example. It can be the simplest visualization you create. You know what? I'll post the Altair examples too. Yeah. Yes. Make it prettier. I don't care if you want. Just try to change the style. I just want at the end, the reason I'm trying to slowly do this, because at the end we will be expecting you to do some of these more aesthetic changes as well. Get in the habit of making your charts prettier. If you didn't, it's all good. Don't just submit some chart that's like all messed up as unreadable. I'll leave the code on, and I'll send, you know what? I'll upload the code tonight. You will do it for another chart anyways. I'll upload a more complete chart for you tonight, and whatever, submit it by tomorrow. Try to learn. I want you all to learn, and I'm like worried that you guys are not doing code along. That's why I'm trying to be like a little bit of a stickler on these things. Before you leave, I know, man. If it's your first time, there's too much information. The scatter plot, yeah, you've already done the scatter plot, so you don't need to do another. Yes, it counts. Whatever. The only extra thing that you probably need to do is the line chart with another column. Yes. So essentially, I'm asking you to not there's nothing to submit much. Make it a bit prettier. Refine clean it up. Yes. No, you make a new one with a new something else by year. I'm going to send give me like a little bit of time, because these are some stuff that I have prepared for you, like a more complete version of this. So I'll send it along. Yes, just make a new one with a new column. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.